competition we saw here today in the quarterfinals and the semifinals, and it took a lot to get to this point. And one of the gentlemen who got here is Peter Elzinga. Peter getting to the bronze medal match. Peter Elzinga, one of the veterans, one of the great archers in the world. And he'll be taking on Mike Schloesser. So Mike Schloesser against Peter Elzinga. And this should be a great one. Peter Elzinga of the Netherlands defeated Matt Sullivan of the United States in the 1/8 round, then knocked off Christopher Perkin in the quarterfinals before losing to Rio Wild in the semifinals. That's how he got here. And let's see, Mike Schloesser, his path. He defeated Christophe Dussault of France, 150 to 146 in the 1/8. Then defeated Fabien Delobel, 148, 145. And then Mike in a close one, falling by 1 point to Jesse Broadwater, 149 to 148. So Schloesser.
Yeah, and these two have got to be tired of shooting against each other. You know, they're both from the Netherlands. It doesn't take a whole lot of time to drive from one side of the country to the other. So, you know, every local event they're competing, and every national event they're competing, and they see each other on the world stage often enough as well. So it's, yeah, they got to be just tired of each other. But it's a great rivalry as well.
And it's how the cards have fallen here in Las Vegas that they end up in this bronze medal match, both starting off with 10s. And Mike, who's been labeled Mr. Perfect, which I think is a little unfair to some extent. It puts a lot of pressure, I think, on a guy to be known as Mr. Perfect.
Yeah, but he does it often enough.
He does. So. Had that 600 last year.
Yeah, he shot the, it was the world record, you know.
Right.
Perfect 600. And, you know, as you see, he started his first match of the day here with a 150 over Christophe Dussault.
And he's perfect here in the first end.
So far, so good.
All right, they're both perfect.
Yep.
Peter Elzinga. Both of these guys, some of the nicest guys you'd ever want to meet.
Yeah.
Great archers, great sportsmen.
Yeah, Mike has his dad down on the line with him. His dad, Boss, awesome guy. And Peter has his wife, Vanessa, who you see on the screen right here. She is a professional golfer. So, you know, maybe we should invite her along on our trip.
Exactly.
We can get some tips. So,
best ball.
Yeah.
It will be hers, I guarantee. Well, maybe yours, but it won't be mine.
She gave me a few pointers up at the booth earlier in the week, and you know, she said, "Hey, normally that'd be $100." I said, "Well, Vanessa, the check's in the mail." So.
That's right. That's right. She doesn't need you to figure out how to shoot a bow and arrow, does she? Yeah.
No. But it certainly doesn't hurt to have some swing tips from her.
That's right. I know how happy Peter was when he finally broke through in Medellin and won a World Cup gold medal, and he was thinking of her, his wife back home, and how happy she was when he finally, after so many tries and coming so close so many times, finally got that gold medal in Colombia.
Yeah, and you know, a picture that stands out in my mind is Peter in Telford when the it was 2013, I believe. When the Nîmes event didn't happen, it was moved to Telford because of World Championships. I guess it was 2014. And Peter picked up the win there against Mike. And, you know, famously, there's an awesome photo of him hugging his wife. And that's one I'll always remember, of him and Vanessa. And I was there over the summer, actually, in Netherlands. And he showed me his home and his shop and everything. And real great guy, truly.
His life devoted to the sport of archery.
A pair of 9s from each of them right there. So Peter can put this one in the 10 ring, even up the match.
Peter puts it where he wants to put it. Now we are all even at 49.
No longer perfect, but still even.
Who's perfect? Mike has been, and so has Peter on occasion, and so has Steve Anderson.
That's few and far between, but yeah, on occasion.
Just outside.
Yeah, and I think Mike's arrow is going to be a little closer. They may end up getting a different judgment there.
So it'll call for close scrutiny by the judges. It could be a score of 58 out of a possible 60 for Peter Elzinga. And Mike Schloesser, 58 out of 60. So a real battle going on here in Las Vegas. The Vegas shoot coming up tomorrow here on Archery TV. We'll have that for you. The award ceremonies, the lucky dog competition, lots in store coming up on Archery TV this weekend. This, of course, the premier indoor event in the sport of archery. Over 3,000 participants venturing to Las Vegas to take part, and it's such a cool event, Steve, to see the little kids and the young kids competing, and they're rubbing elbows, rubbing shoulders with the greatest archers in the world.
Yeah, we do the practice with the pros event on Thursday night, the day before the competition starts, and they come down and shoot with us and have a good time, I hope, you know. And
oh, I know they do.
And then you know, you get to see the pro shooters up in the booths and hang around with them and talk to them. Archery is a very approachable sport, you know, whereas some of the other events, some of the other sporting events in the world, you're never going to get to walk up.
You'll never get close.
Yeah, say hi to Roger Federer or some of those guys. So, but
not that Roger's a bad guy, but you're just not going to get close.
No, it's just not how those things work. And here in archery, everyone is right there for you to talk to and pick their brain.
And what that does for those kids and how it encourages them, and it's going to bring on that next generation of great archers.
Yeah, absolutely. And the generation coming up, I think, has a lot of promise. You know, they're figuring it out a little earlier, and they're getting competitive earlier and earlier, and you're seeing a lot of young talent out there.
What a competitive match we've got going right here. It's tied at 77 all, but a chance now for Peter Elzinga. Although they did put an asterisk by that 9 for Mike Schloesser.
Yeah.
It appeared to be out.
Yeah, I think we have a better angle on the camera than what the spotter does with the scoreboard machine.
That's on the line. That caught it. That's definitely a 10, and Elzinga should have a 1-point lead.
Yep, looks like it.
So Mike surveying the situation, thinking it over, mulling it over in his mind. Peter Elzinga hoping to take a bronze medal back home to the Netherlands. And right now, they have Peter Elzinga 1 point up, 87-86.
Yep, scores are confirmed. They're pulling arrows, so. 6 arrows to go, 1 point lead for Peter.
Yep, there it is.
Obviously, you'd rather be in the lead than trailing, but there is pressure that goes along with being that lead dog.
Yeah, hard to close a match. Definitely hard to close a match, and maybe a little easier with the pressure off you, maybe when you're trailing. But you know, you could say from either side of it that it's difficult. And like we said, you know, 10 rings the same. Every arrow is the same. So. It's all in how you approach it, I suppose.
Kind of out of the hands of Mike Schloesser to some degree, because he needs Peter to slip up a little bit.
Yeah, and
Peter's got it all in his hands right now.
Yep, when you're counting on the other guy to miss, that kind of stinks, because in indoors, oftentimes guys just don't. So yeah,
just don't.
Yeah, I had a match with Jesse Broadwater at World Cup in Nîmes, and I missed my 3rd arrow and ended up shooting a 149, and he shot a 150.
Right. What are you going to do?
What can I do? Yeah. Go home. Shoot perfect next time.
Close only counts in horseshoes and hand grenades, I think.
Yeah. Most all explosive.
Yes. Mike coming back with a 10 after that 9 to open this end.
10.
But Peter is not backing off the pedal at all. Lead grows to 2.
10.
Yeah, and if he can close it out, a 2-point lead is huge here. Huge.
Schloesser stabbing the center of that target with that shot. But a 10 would maintain the 2-point lead. That's exactly what Peter Elzinga will carry into the next end.
Yeah, there's no question in my mind. The Dutch guy is
So 107-105 your score right now. Peter Elzinga trying to hold off his Dutch teammate Mike Schlosser. Both have shot very well.
It's kind of intimidating. It's very, very scary having about 3,000 pairs of eyes looking at you shooting a single arrow at something about a
Yep,
So,
confirm the
excuse me,
scores.
117, 115.
experience that these you possess is probably
You were just ahead of that scoreboard
Yes.
there. One arrow.
would be well elevated shooting at something as grandiose as Vegas. But anyway, these guys are showing us how this stuff making it look easy and going into the final 3 arrows of this match. Trust me, you're not even thinking about the audience right now.
Look at the determined Peter Elzinga as he continues to pour it on and pulls out to a 2-point advantage. Not much of a cushion, but a cushion. And he's got a little bit of room to play with, but you don't want to take too many chances.
Yeah, it's 2 points over Mike Schloesser. I would call, as big of a cushion as you're ever going to find. But yeah, he's got to start strong here. He's got to put the first one in if he wants to be a little more comfortable closing out the match.
And it's another arrow in the same hole.
But Mike gives him one.
Chance to go up by 3.
Dead center, inside out X.
At 10, liner.
Trying to keep hope alive. Mike Schlosser catching the line.
10.
Peter working through the shot pretty quickly there, but worked out for him.
May have to call him Perfect Peter.
10.
So just a few shots, but those few shots are the ones that really can cost you.
Mm-hmm.
And it may cost him right here. Peter
Yes.
Elzinga
Should be routine for Peter. Yeah.
wraps it up. Peter puts it down the middle, gets a kiss, gets a hug, and gets a bronze medal here in Las Vegas. Great match between those two from the Netherlands. And I'm guessing well, I know you're right. I'm sure that they would rather have shot against anybody besides a fellow countryman and teammate.
Yeah, there's a good chance they'll be shooting another match next weekend back home, It's just how it's been for them.
147-144 your final score as Peter Elzinga comes away with the bronze medal, one of the biggest wins of his career. And a great night for that man. And both of these archers from the Netherlands putting on a good performance here for us tonight here in Las Vegas. Great friends, great teammates. But only one can win the medal, and it goes to Peter Elzinga as he defeats Mike Schlosser by 3 points, 147-144. So tonight, we finish up with an all-American affair here in Las Vegas at the South Point Hotel and Casino. Great venue, great site for Stage 4 of the World Cup Indoor Tour.